Power 92. We are #1 in the streets.
Streets. I got the birthday girl in the building, Sevyn Streeter.
Hey. What up, y'all?
It's always nice to have you here. You're
nice
always
to
like a
be
ball
here.
of energy whenever you come through.
That's because y'all like to make me act out of my character.
Yeah, because as soon as Sevyn walked in, I know that this is the radio. You guys didn't get to see it, but she twerked as soon as she walked in.
F it up if it's your birthday, B. I'm like, what
We
you
had to.
You know how to do it. Like, you started it off.
We had to. There's a lot happening for you today. Obviously, the album dropped today, Girl Disrupted. I've been waiting for this since the last time we talked.
Man.
Back in like January.
No, and thank you for your patience.
Yes.
Thank all of the fans for their patience because it's been a little minute for them waiting on this album, and we're here.
Yeah,
We're
it's
here
finally
now.
here.
It's
7/7/17. It's your birthday. It's such a dope gift to your fans. Like, was this what you had planned?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, earlier in the year, I was gonna release the album, but it didn't feel complete to me yet.
Okay.
I still had some things I needed to get off my chest.
I did hear Jeremiah talking about the Bow Wow Challenge, so I knew that you guys weren't done in January.
We added a few more. Some that were, even more personal to me. Like the song that opens the album is a song called "Living."
Yes,
and
I love the intro part.
Thank you. And it just, it was very much so needed. I've always been very open and transparent in my music. And I just felt like, I touched on everything else that I've been through, dealing with love and relationships and, different types of things. But I hadn't touched on what I really have gone through for the last year and a half, like, privately. And that was dealing with depression and dealing with, some other things. And so I had to write a song that kind of told that story a little bit. And that was like the last song that we added. And I was like, okay, now we're ready. Now everything that I've gone through over the course of recording this album, there's a song for every single thing I've been
That's
through.
what's up. I love that. So for the people who didn't get to hear our last interview, can you tell them where the title comes from?
Man, Girl Disrupted, I keep saying that is what I went through. That's what happened to me. I really had to, and sometimes it's important, you just have to disrupt some You just have to. And, in my life, in my life, and you'll hear it on my album, I speak of love, loyalty, and liberation. And in all three of those areas, there's a song on the album that kind of touches on all of those. And really what that means is, like, I just had to, life just, like, knocked the rose-colored glasses off of my face, like, clean off my face.
Yeah, and you're never prepared for those things.
Yeah, and you're not prepared for them, but they just help you grow so much. And so in every area, in love, loyalty, liberation, all of it, I had to disrupt a few things, and it forced me to become, to step more into my womanhood and to let go of a childlike mentality when it came to certain things. And so that's what Girl Disrupted came from. I just had to disrupt some things, and I'm better for it.
Yeah. And I think it's cool that you speak for a lot of women who go through these things, because we don't like to talk about it sometimes.
We have to.
And the fact that you're super transparent, you've always been that way too. Like, where do you find that openness? Like, how, people don't like doing that.
I don't know when, I can't even pinpoint when I became comfortable it's just one little brick at a time, for me as an artist and as a songwriter, that it works better for me when people can not just relate to the song, like actually hear, oh, I love this song, I went through that, but to hear it come from my mouth. You hear me actually say, this is what happened. I dealt with depression.
Like Sevyn's just like me.
Yeah, like it's and the thing is, it's like, it's not just Sevyn. All of us have so much in common. And for me and the way that I like to, do my artistry, it does me no good to not allow my fans to understand and to know that we go through the same stuff. And, being depressed or going through something that puts you in a crazy space, there's nothing wrong with that. We all go through that. You know what I mean? And dealing with a heartbreak or a breakup, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then missing the person that you broke up with, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, so many different areas. So it's just become even more important to me to be that way.
And, mental health and depression has always been such a touchy thing to talk about, especially in the urban community. We don't want to talk about that.
We don't. And I'm like, listen, and I understand, for a minute, I didn't want to speak about it or talk about it, but I just refused to lie to my fans through my music. And in my music, I couldn't do it. It's just like I had to just let them know and let them know that I'm better for talking about it. Like, I'm better. I went through it and came out stronger on the other side. Like, when you hear Living, it just basically says that I'm betting on myself. Like, you got to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you've been on tour.
I went on tour earlier this year.
Right.
And the album is out now. We're about to go back on tour.
Because that was one of the things that we talked about last time. I was like, well, why did you decide to go on tour before the album dropped?
It was my pregame.
Yeah.
It's my pregame with my street team. It's our pregame tour. Just to get excited, just to, have one more tour, completely dedicated to the music that we've all been living with and jamming to for the last, for my last EPs. And now the new album is here. And so
did you play any of the new stuff when you were out on tour recently?
I did. I played some of the August Alsina record.
Yes, that one's hot.
Thank you. It's called Been a Minute. I played, I think that might be the only one that I gave them a little sneak peek of. And then we did Fallin'. I did do Fallin' on there with me and Ty Dolla $ign.
Okay.
So they got 2 little snippets on the tour. But, I mean, listen, the album is here now. The next tour is going to be so
super lit,
nuts.
So this is going to be the Girl Disrupted tour.
It's going to be the Girl Disrupted, like part 2, amped up something. I'm gonna call it something because the last one was a Girl Disrupted tour as well.
And like, how was the audience when they heard those records? Were they really receptive to them?
Yes, they were like on my head for me to hurry and put them out.
I know. I was watching your tweets.
Yeah,
people were like, Sevyn.
Right. Oh, they were not playing. They were like, so you just gonna Frank Ocean us? Where's the album at? Like, they was on my head to get this album out.
It's so nice to have such a loyal.
Oh, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Team.
Yes, I would not trade it. They don't annoy me. It don't bother me at all. I'm so appreciative. They can hound me, and from now until the rest of my life, I'm just appreciative that they're there.
I love that. So last time I asked you, what was your favorite record on the album? I wonder if it's changed.
I
have a few that I really love. Everything in me was like... So I pressed shuffle this morning. I couldn't wait to get the whole thing. I pressed shuffle, and Everything in Me was the first one that played as I'm getting ready for work.
Really?
And I'm like...
Well, maybe it's God trying to tell you something.
Maybe so. Maybe so. But before I do, of course.
No, thank you.
Everyone loves that one.
Thank you. I love Before I Do Too. It's definitely like, my homage to Aaliyah. It has an Isley Brothers sample in it that I love. And so that's a good one. Everything in Me, I love that one too, because it really does come from a place of liberation, because it really does take everything in you not to hurt somebody like they hurt you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
I love that record.
It's hard, but it shows growth,
Mm-hmm. So which one's your favorite?
My favorite, honestly, right now, because it's gonna change. It always changes. But right now, it's Living.
Okay.
Living is my favorite.
The opening record of the album.
Yeah, it's my favorite right now because it's just very honest. And my album wouldn't be complete without it. Another one of my favorites is Anything You Want. That's featuring Ty Dolla $ign, Wiz, and Jeremiah.
Yeah.
I love Anything You Want. We flipped an old SWV Coco ad-lib for the hook.
I can't wait till they hear this.
Yeah, we gotta play them for sure. And that one, and I love Soon As I Get Home, because we flipped. Yes, exactly.
Love that.
We flipped the Faith record, Faith Evans record, and I sent it to her, and I was like, I hope you like it. And,
is that the one that like you could dance to?
Yeah,
where it starts turning. Yeah. Because when I heard that, I was like, she really spun this.
Oh my God, it's such a fun record. Yeah. And I was in rehearsal the other day because I have a show coming up, and we're preparing for shows. Period. And the choreo and the energy for that song with my band, Oh my God.
I just wasn't expecting the beat to drop like that. And then when it did, I'm like, dang, Sevyn is on one.
It's fun.
So you hosted something at the BET. It was like the BET Experience event. What was that?
It was, I think it's called BTX or something like that.
Okay.
But it was cool. It was a televised thing with me and Rotimi from Power.
We love
hosted-
Rotimi.
Yes, that's my boy. We hosted it together and just had a good time. You know, that's what I love about my job. I love it when I get to perform. I love it when I get to host. I love it when I get to write. You know what I mean? But it was just good times, good vibes. I think Wale came up there when we were up there, and Ayo and Teo. Yeah, it was just a vibe.
Yeah,
had a good time.
Yeah, and then what's the Boss Up brunch? I watched the video and everything. It looked really dope.
I wanted to have an event, BET weekend, where I don't know, just to invite just a lot of women and just for us to kind of just sit around and kumbaya with each other and just talk about the album and just encourage each other and talk about whatever it is that came to our minds. And when I tell you, it was such a beautiful event. Like, I'm a waterhead, so I ended up crying. Then, you know, another girl got the mic to tell her story. She ended up crying.
Yeah.
I look up and Estelle is there, and Estelle is crying.
Aw,
And like,
shout out
it was
Estelle.
just, and I love me some Estelle.
Me too.
But it was just such a very empowering brunch. And I think all of the women, we all left, because we're still talking about it, we left just feeling like, you know, we had a girlfriend if we needed to pick up a phone and make a phone call. You know,
That would be so cool if you turned it into like a Boss Up brunch tour and just went like to city and just.
I would love, because I live for that. I think that I just live for anything that is genuinely connected to the human experience. You know what I mean? Anything that you know allows people to not feel alone or feel like they're the only persons dealing with certain situations. I think that it's important that we talk and we support each other, male and female. You know what I mean? I think it's very important.
That's the biggest thing. I think you do need to talk about it because that's the only way you know someone else is going through it too.
Right. That's why, I mean,
even feeling so singled out sometimes. Like, how could this be happening to me? I know somebody else is going through this.
The craziest situations, like, you know, even, I mean, and it's not just, it's just all of it. You know what I mean? Even with the album, like, they're literally, there's just so many different experiences on there that I know for a fact that no matter what you're going through, you're going to have a song on there that's going to speak directly to what you're going through.
Speaking of the album,
Yes.
what current disruption, I guess, are you going through right now?
Well, honestly, it actually ended last night at midnight because the album is out now. But when I tell you, this whole process of getting the album ready to put it out, and, you know, I changed management, like very recently, and really had to and that disrupted a lot for me, but it needed to be, because it really forced me to learn more, speak up more, like just really just be about my you know what I mean?
Was that a hard transition from you going from one manager to another?
It I won't say hard. It was necessary. It was hard only in the sense that, you know, when you work with somebody for so long, you just grow to love them. So, but it was something that I prayed over, and God flat out told me, you know, the decision that I needed to make. And I am so appreciative for the fact that He told me, and I'm so appreciative for the fact that I listened, because I needed it for my growth. And that's really what it was about more than anything. I needed it for my growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really happy for you. You be
Thank
glowing
you.
in all your pictures and
Thank
everything.
you.
You just seem like you're in a really good place.
I am. I'm very, very happy.
What do you think about airing your ex on social media?
Oh, man.
I know you've seen all this Robin Black China stuff.
Listen, I mean, I air all my exes out in records, so
'Cause
I
you're
can't
very
talk about
personal.
nobody. I air them out in records. You know, I don't say no names on these records, but I think that might be my next vibe. There may be names. I think I want to do an EP or something
gonna Remy
where
Ma
I'm gonna
it.
name.
You're gonna
I'm
put
gonna
names
name
in it.
every song after a different guy, whoever the guy is that inspired the song.
Dang. How is your love life?
I'm so single, and maybe that's why I'm single. Maybe they scared I'm gonna write a song about him. I don't know.
Well, isn't that what your bio says?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll write a song about
probably
you.
write a song about you. At least they know ahead of time. Shoot.
Right.
But yeah.
You're what? 30 now?
I'm 31 today.
31.
Yeah.
And I heard your 30s are like just
Let me tell
lit.
you,
You're
they-
sexiest.
Yeah.
You're most in tune with yourself.
Yo,
I'm 29, so
I'm coming to find that out. Like, people keep asking me, what does it feel like? I'm like, nobody told me that. First of all, the transition from 29 to 30 was a little rough to me.
Okay.
Because it's just something that I don't know if all women do this, but at least I did. When I realized that I was approaching 30, I'd start, instead of seeing all of the great things that I've been blessed with and been able to do in my life, my mind went to, oh my God, what? Yeah, haven't done this yet. I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
And so that transition was a little tough. It was a little tough. But I will say, turning 31 is like, okay, all right, you settled in this thing now. So let's just figure out, what do you want to do next? And let's figure out how to do it.
I love that.
You know what I mean? So
I love
yeah,
that. You
feels
make me
good.
look forward to hitting 30.
Oh, man, it feels good though. Because
31.
literally, I was having this conversation the other day. It's like something in your brain clicks and you realize, wait, so you mean to tell me if I don't want to deal with that person, I don't have to deal with that person?
Right.
Oh my God, how come nobody told me this in my 20s?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you mean to tell me
We're
if
still trying to figure it out in our 20s. We're still trying to learn. And
you don't realize that, oh, I actually have an option. Like, I have a choice.
I control my
I
life.
control my life. Like, I control who's in it, what I say yes to, what I say. Oh, it's that simple. Oh, just say, oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not going to work for me. Or, all right, bet, that's cool. Or, you know what I mean? Like, that revelation for me has made all the difference in the world. Like, it's literally like, it's made my whole life different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I've been rocking with you for a minute, and I could see that just in who you are. Like, all the times that we've talked so far. So I really I love your journey. It's really transparent. You know, you've had a public relationship. You've had a public breakup.
Yeah.
You're just
lot.
strong. Like, I love it.
Man,
love
listen,
it.
we all go through stuff. What else is new?
You know.
Yep.
You
it
know.
just is what it is.
So what's next?
Man.
What you doing?
Right now, it's just all Girl Disrupted.
Okay.
Everything. Girl Disrupted, the album out right now. It's only digital copies of
Okay.
the album, so nothing is in store. So it's really important for me. I'll be telling you, important for me to tell let the fans know, because they're like, oh, I'm going to Best Buy. It's not a Best Buy, boo. You're not gonna find it.
Is it
there.
eventually, or is it just
No, it's all digital.
Okay, cool.
It's all digital. It's on all digital platforms though. So, but for me, everything is Girl Disrupted. And the album and then the tour. Girl Disrupted, the tour is like, I was on the phone with my manager this morning, like, all right, bet. So now that the album's out, even though it only been out for like a few hours, I'm like,
Just
now
a
that the
couple
album's
hours.
out, so for the tour, we need to call the agent and do this, set this up, like, let's
Like,
start.
could the
because-
album be out for just a day?
All right. And then
Damn.
I did that to I said, you know what? And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna just chill. I'll give us a day.
Yeah.
Let's just
You're already on this high, so you're just kind of like boom, boom, boom,
just
boom.
so
I just
ready
want
to be on the road, like doing these songs. Like, I can't wait.
Well, plug your social media for everyone to, keep up with you.
Man, you guys just hit me on my Twitter and my Instagram. They're both at Sevyn, SEVYN, you guys. And my Snapchat is SEVYN, the number 7 Streeter. So hit me up.
There it is. Happy
Yes.
birthday. Congratulations. You are lit. Yes. You are always welcome here whenever you're in Chicago. Just know that.
Power 92.3 FM.